It's called, what is it called? I didn't title it, now I'm trying to remember. Eviction Talk September. Okay, tell me how this is even legal. Nah, fuck that. I know it's not legal, but maybe threaten me with a little more class, you know? Like, bully me with a little more intention. Like, how are you gonna be a landlord and you don't even know how to, like, properly lord eviction over my head, this motherfucker, I swear to God. How I'm gonna be at the Jane Hotel at 8 p.m. on a school night saying, oh, Jillian, please, Jillian, can you smuggle me upstairs? Can you sneak me into a top bunk above a sleeping German woman? But there are no German women here tonight because it's Fashion Week. It's Fashion Week in New York, 11 months out of the year. The rooms are $180. She said $90 on the phone. Now I'm freaking out in her office because this cue ball-headed bastard forced me out onto the curb with the dismembered refrigerators and the pumpkin gut dressers. There is no room at the inn. So now I'm getting cute, like, yeah, baby, I'll like crash on your couch. No, I'm kidding. No, fully, because why would you think no? Right, no, I know it's a studio. I'd be cuddling for real though. I'm playing the floors. Listen, no, I'm just gonna go to Port Authority. To catch a bus, not to sleep. Although, I asked this girl once to go glamping next to the Lakeland bus kiosks. No, we never met. Well, yeah, because I asked her what her tattoo meant, and she said, it's my grandpa Nikolai, and he's my favorite person, and I just never wrote back. So, technically, I curved her, so fine, whatever, you can finish payroll, just pretend I'm not here. But yo, when I see my landlord, I'm gonna fucking projectile vomit right in his face. You got an iPhone charger? 2. Louis finished the story and said, you can't blame me for how it came out, I've never done that before. And when asked, you mean apologize? He said, yeah. He's pushing 30. That sounds bad, but I explained apologizing to my dad on the phone a few weeks ago, the way you might explain climate policy, and he's 70. That's why it's kind of remarkable that Dylan apologized to me, although now I can't remember what for, but I remember thinking, this is the guy the day after I met him who was like, your coverage isn't hitting, or some hypebeast wording of your beard sucks. My shit wasn't even grown out. I can't remember the first time I apologized in my adult life, but I must have fucked up real bad. Not like now, though. Now, I'm in my apology era. Me and all the girls at work used to bump into each other and be like, sorry. Which is, what are you even saying? Sorry my body is here? Sorry you can't pass through me like a fucking ghost? Men from New York, surprisingly, apologize sometimes in their way. They go, oh, my fault. Which, if you think about it, is even more intense. One time, Oliver put milk away that I was about to use and was like, oh, my fault. The very idea of that phrase coming out of my father's mouth makes milk come out my nose. 3. Colette said I could stay at her pied-à-terre, so I decided to go on a date in her neighborhood. When you get off the train in Carroll Gardens, you actually walk straight up into an immaculately restored 19th century brownstone, and somebody takes your coat and offers you a little homemade biscotti, and then before you know it, you're pushing a 78-year-old woman with a snap card out a third-story window directly onto a lovely rhododendron planted exactly 221 years ago. I lugged all my earthly possessions from the Jane straight to the bar. She was cool about me being late. I was cool about her having a creative director ex. I wanted to wear my best Sopranos extra black polo to what was apparently a former social club, but I had stupidly sent her a photo of me in it before meeting, and I couldn't commit the faux pas of letting her think I had a favorite shirt. She told me she liked to wear her friends' clothes sometimes because she felt, in the Atticus Finch sense, like she could walk around in their skin for a little while. I said with her obvious mastery of skincare, that seemed unnecessary. She let me pay without flinching, but I too have used both ASAP, hand wash, and hand cream, so I was not unmoored. I asked her if she wanted to go find this apartment I was supposed to be crashing at, which would entail locating a lockbox based on a diagram of a gate under a bush next to a brick wall across the street, and she, for whatever reason, said, that sounds like fun. Later we were sitting on Colette's bed. She put on my shirt, and I put on hers. Mine was a striped blue Gitman vintage camp collar short sleeve piece which had been altered aggressively and was still slightly too dropped in the shoulder. Hers was a tiny fitted cropped suggestion of a t-shirt, soft like a baby's ass. She said, "You look like John Travolta." I said, "I look like I was in a middle school production of Grease where my voice hadn't fully changed yet, and so I got laryngitis, but I still had to go on because there are no understudies for 7th grade plays, and the stage kiss was stilted and out of body, and was I still wearing her shirt when I leaned in to kiss her?" Weeks later, I would have a dream about her where this time we were sitting in my childhood bed and my parents barged in abruptly and then somehow roped us into going on a day trip with them. And my mom did this thing she does where she asks my dad to do something he probably doesn't have the mental bandwidth to do anymore. And then my dad does the thing where which is where he doesn't say, "I shouldn't do that." And then so she let him drive on Route 80 and we ended up idling in between exit ramps because he didn't know whether to get off or on, and then I guess we all ended up at a museum together and there was an exhibit on Jonathan Larson, and I remember being kind of embarrassed because my mom started singing "Will I?" and then looking at me like expecting me to join in singing the song in front of this girl, and then as we were leaving, my mom again tasked my dad with backing out, and he tore backwards through the parking lot, unaware of what gear he was in, seemingly forgetting how to brake. I woke up before he killed anyone, alone, mumbling out loud, "I don't know what's happening!" After she left, I ordered scrambled eggs, and I sat silently on Colette's couch, my Hanes wife beater smelling like her Byredo, still humming with adrenaline. I was the master of my fate, the captain of my soul, and the creative director of nothing. 4. Cause fuck you, why do we have to do this right now? No, I will call you from the back of Ravit's Mazda CR-V. We can have a totally, civil screaming match, but I don't care if he gives me 2 stars. I'm not about to fight with you at this diner with my Greek omelet condensating all in the bag. And anyway, how are you gonna ask me, did you fuck someone, but we broke up a month ago, and then get mad at me for being honest? You wanna talk about suffering a great indignity? Talk to me about how I just had to ask the guy behind the counter, could he please hold the toast because I can't digest gluten, and now I'm telling this man how bread passes through my intestines like microplastic through fish livers, how I almost broke my fucking jaw the other night trying to eat this frozen gluten-free bagel that I know for a fact was made of granite and cement and little pieces of broken glass. And besides, this shit with her, it didn't mean anything. I just needed a place to crash because of the fucking mold situation. What did you expect me to do? And how is it that even now, I still like you more than any other person except me? I guess I should say my mother, but my mother whacked me in the back of the head when I had a concussion, and you would never do that because... You would never do that. If you hit me in the back of the head, it would be to kill me, and that's what I like about you. And you remember how we went to that Yankee game in 1979, and I had brought us 2 hot dogs all loaded up with ketchup and mustard, but then I caught a bad angle on the step, and the glizzies hit this guy in the back of the neck, and I almost had to fight for your honor. But it didn't come to that because he looked at you and saw God shining through your Thurman Munson jersey and smiled at you like how a kid does. And how I made it up to you later by prying off the ladies' room sign and surprising you with it later on the Cross Bronx Expressway. And how you said no one had ever stolen anything for you before. And how my bumper fell off on the way home and you laughed and said it was a harbinger of doom, and how I pretended to know what harbinger meant, but really I had stopped paying attention in school when my dad died. And how I'm gonna hurt you over and over again, especially as I'm forgetting who I am. And how the pain of forgetting will eventually pull apart the memories like saltwater taffy until they're so distant that they can only be reached in hallucinations. And how now I know what harbinger means. And I think that maybe you were right. 5. But yo, why am I even fighting so hard to live here? Like, on my way here, I walked past a guy on the street who was like, Knoxville's at the bottom of Tennessee. And without even thinking for a moment, I said under my breath, Knoxville's at the bottom of Tennessee. Choke on my dick. Do you see? Do you see who I am now? These little kids walked into the bodega, cut me in line trying to buy gum. One of them, open mouth coughing. I'm thinking, where can I hide his body? Do you see? Do you see? I'm not well. This isn't going to get better with a little vacation, a little beach weekend. You don't get a tan to cover this shit up. My walking spiritual pollution is a toxin any place but here, except maybe New Jersey. It has no currency anywhere else. I don't know. Maybe with enough time away, it is possible to forget. First, the safe search on Street Easy for an apartment on Seneca Avenue that's both close to the train but also not under it. And then for the $400 knit zip-up that Brad hid for me in the basement of MA, which I can't afford even with the discount. And then the names of all the people who make me coffee and all the people that I make coffee for. And then all the places I ever slept. Colette's king-size bed with the girl who looks better in my shirt than I ever will. Tomas's weird blue micro-suede couch, even though he offered me the bed and said he would take the couch. And Melissa's bathtub, which I once joked about sleeping in, and which is the quality of sleep Tomas would have gotten if I had let him sleep on the couch. Ron's father's bed in their 43rd Street rent-controlled 2-bedroom where you sleep next to a 14-foot high pile of shirts from 1986 that insulates you from feelings of inadequacy or self-loathing. Shit. Even your bed in your 3 cubic feet West Village studio where I would have stayed on my side. No funny shit. I'm not even your type. What? No, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. Nah. It's getting late. Nah, the mold is painted over, so it's not gonna kill me tonight. Yeah, probably eventually, but, you know, we all gotta die of something. But I don't know. This is my home, even if it is emotionally corrosive and materially unsafe, and, you know what? I'm not scared. Thank you.